secret Capital One credit card hack that will allow you to increase your Capital One credit card limit with no hard inquiry. And this video has step-by-step guide which will allow you to use this hack to increase your limit from $300 all the way up to the highest limit of $40,000. Well, remember that I've broken this video into several parts, and in order for you to use this hack or trick to work, you need to watch this video till the end, because if you even miss a single part from this video, this trick or hack might not work for you. This is a must-watch video for anyone who would like to increase their credit card limit even if they hold a secure credit card from Capital One. And remember, I'm also going to upload a very important video which will allow you to get a $25,000 loan with no credit check at all, and you can get this loan even if you have no credit history, bad or worst credit score. In order to watch that video, all you need to do is to click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you can get the notification of that video when we upload it. And don't forget to smash the like button on this video, as it helps this video and the channel as well. So without any further ado, let's begin. So let's start the video with something that you need to remember. Well, Capital One is one of the most valuable cards on your credit report. You need to keep this in mind. And they are one of the largest subprime lenders in the United States. Remember that if you have a Capital One credit card on your credit report, it's a big plus. Means that it will allow you to get even bigger cards. And how you're going to get it, I'm going to give you each and every detail with step-by-step guide. As I mentioned earlier, that if you miss any part from this video, this hack or trick might not work for you. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Moving on, you have to have these 5 banks on your credit report. This is important. If you would like to have a great credit score or a very strong credit report, then these are the 5 cards that you must have. The first one is Capital One. The second one is American Express, then Citibank, Discover, and Chase. Either if you have 3 cards from these institutions, then you're good to go. Your credit report is strong. It means that any lender will see you a reliable person when it comes to offering their credit products. So please keep this in mind. Moving on, part 1, use the card smartly. Well, this is the first part of this Capital One secret credit card hack or trick to increase your credit limit. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, that it has several parts. You need to watch this video till the end if you want this hack or trick to work for you. So part 1, use the card smartly. Well, $300 and using $20 a month, don't do this. So what it means, for example, you have a credit limit, you have a secure card or unsecured card from Capital One. Let's say you have platinum card or quicksilver card, and you have $300 worth of limit. So you're using $20. When you use $20, Capital One will not prefer you to give an increase. And this is very important. A number of people makes this mistake. And remember that if you hold a Capital One card, you need to do this thing what I'm about to tell you. Use max limit and pay it in full. What I mean by that, for example, you can put your utility bills on it, you can buy groceries, you can actually use this card for any expense that you normally do, and just pay this card in full by the end of the day, next week, but you need to pay it in full. If anyone tells you that keep 30% of the balance or use 20% of it, no. It doesn't matter. If you use the max limit of this card and paying it in full by the end of the day or the next day, you're good to go. What it will do, for example, you use $300 3 times in a month. For example, this week you use $300 and you paid in full. The next week you use $300, you paid it in full. Then the third week you use again $300, you paid your utility bills or bought groceries or something and you paid it in full. So what happens that your spending pattern shows that you need higher limit. So in this case, you have a credit limit of $300, but you used $900. If anyone tells you to carry a balance or something, please throw this thought in the trash bin because it's not gonna work. Then lenders will be willing to increase the limit. So when they see this pattern that you have $300 limit and you're using $900, so you're using $300 every week and you're paying it in full by the end of the day or end of the week, then they'll be willing to give you the increase that you deserve. Moving on, this will help you to apply this trick or hack. So the reason that I explained everything point by point is to show you that this is a vital part for this trick to work for you. So make sure you remember this because this will help you to apply this trick or hack. Now, let's move towards part 2. But you need to remember one thing, that the last part is very important. So make sure you watch this video till the end because if you miss that part, this hack or trick might not work for you. Moving on, part 2, Capital One will offer you a second card. So part 1, you used the max limit on your credit card, then you paid it in full by the end of the day or end of the week, and you maxed out the credit card like 2 or 3 times in a month and you paid it in full, which is a responsible thing to do. So you did that. So what happens then? Capital One will offer you a second card, and what you need to do now? Don't accept it, because if you accept it, it will create a secondary or a new stream of credit card history, and you don't want that. You want to build a relationship with the card that you already have. So please keep this in mind. Create relationship with the existing card that you have. So you need to keep this in mind, as this is very, very important. So before we move towards part 3, there is something that you need to remember. First, don't call Capital One for credit limit increase. So what's gonna happen? For example, that you're using your card responsibly and smartly, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video in part 1. Now you're thinking, okay, so I'm using this card smartly as Sam told me in part 1. Now I can call Capital One and ask them for an increase. That's why I said that part 3 is very important. Remember that don't call Capital One for credit limit increase. Why? Because they will do a hard credit check. Yes, you heard it right. They will do a hard inquiry, which will of course lower your credit score, and at the same time it won't work for you. So make sure you remember this. Now let's move towards part 3, and this is very important, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So this is the part 3 and the most important part of this entire video. If you have a Capital One card, you must have a Capital One app, right? So in your app, you need to go to profile, and this is important. So in the profile section, when you click on it, this window will open, and right here you need to go on account and features setting. So why I'm telling you to do this? Please watch this video till the end, then you will understand what I mean by that. So in your app, first you'll go to your profile, then on your profile you'll go and click account and feature settings. So when you click on accounts and feature setting, this window will open, and right here you need to click on request credit line increase. When you click on credit line increase, then this window will open. It will ask you about your employment status. Even though if you're self-employed, you have an LLC or S Corp, don't click on self-employed. You can actually show yourself an employee, like a manager or a general manager or probably CEO. You can always do that, but whatever you want to do it, but don't click on self-employed. Just always click on employed and show that you are an employer, because if you click on self-employed, they will actually do financial review, and it could create a lot of problems, and they might go for a hard inquiry. So this is something that you don't want to do. So when you click on employed, you need to see that this window will open. Let me just move my video a little bit. So right here you can see that it will ask you about your total annual income, and this is an important part. You need to put that same annual income that you have on your credit report. Don't just go for 200,000 or 500,000 and you're not making that much. It could actually trigger a financial review. You don't want that. So just write the income that you have listed on your credit report, and this is important. Employment status, employed. Occupation, in this case you can write chief executive officer. Even if you own an LLC or a business, you can actually write chief executive officer, as you already know that you are an employer of your business. Then monthly mortgage or rent payment, just make sure that you put whatever is correct for you, like whatever you're paying. But I'll personally go for a lower amount. Why? Because if you're living with your wife or your girlfriend or your spouse, then you need to make sure that you put the shared apartment or house rent or mortgage, and it will work for you. Then monthly spend with credit cards, you can actually put an amount that you think is according to your spending pattern. For example, in the first part I showed you that you have a credit limit of 300 and you're spending 900 because you're paying in full every single day or every single week. So make sure you remember that data and just put that amount. For example, if you're spending $1,000 or $900 in a month, then $5,000 is a good amount. Now you must be thinking that I mentioned $40,000 in the beginning of the video. Why I need to put 5,000? And this is why I ask you to watch this entire video. Well, you can actually ask for credit limit increase every 3 to 6 months. And if you repeat this pattern, you can actually increase your credit limit from $300 all the way up to $40,000 or even $45,000, the highest limit possible, in just under 2 years. Yes, every 3 to 6 months, you can ask for a credit limit increase. You need to follow these steps that I mentioned in this video, and just under 2 years, just imagine going from $300 to $40,000 or $45,000 is a huge jump. Now, if you're thinking that jump happens in a jiffy and it will happen like overnight, it doesn't. So the reason I'm saying that the jump doesn't happen overnight or in a week or a couple of weeks or in 6 months, it at least takes 2 years, because Capital One has a tier system. And let me tell you what I mean by that. First, Capital One has a platinum secured card where you put a deposit and you use that limit as a credit limit. Then the next one is Capital One Platinum. Then comes the Quicksilver One, then Quicksilver, then Saver One, then Saver, then Capital One Venture, then Venture One, and the biggest card, or you can say the highest tier card that Capital One has, is Capital One Venture X. So if you have any questions about this Capital One trick or hack, then let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer each and every question of yours. And make sure that you follow every step that I mentioned in this video, as this is very important for this hack to work for you. From $300 all the way up to $40,000, a huge jump, and it doesn't usually happen in 2 or 2.5 years. But if you follow each and every step in a correct manner, you'll be able to do it. And remember that I'm going to upload a very important video which will allow you to get a $25,000 personal loan with no credit check, and you can get it even if you have bad, poor, or no credit at all. In order to watch that video, all you need to do is to click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you can get the notification of that video when we upload it. And don't forget to smash the like button on this video, as it helps this video and the channel as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.